Yes, this is Mr. Controversy, and this is the infamous three-point conversion station. Keep it locked.
The 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge.
Good morning, everybody. What another beautiful Saturday morning. It's a great day, man. It's summertime. It's hot as I don't know what, but it's sunny outside. It's beautiful, man. I would say this is a great day for sports. It's always a great day for sports, but right now we just at a time where ain't that much to watch. We got baseball, we got the World Cup, and I mean, we watch ESPN Classics and all of that. But other than that, man, it's like I say, it's just a great day for sports, man. And if you don't know, you've entered inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge, and I am your host, Mr. Controversy. Did you miss me? And of course, you know I'm not doing this by myself. I got my road dog, my co-host, Mr. D Intellectual. What's going on, sir?
What's up, man? And like you said, it's a great day. It's going to be beautiful. We're going to figure it out. Like you said, it's not much sports to talk about, but we always make it happen, man.
Yeah, we definitely do, man. And we have a great show today for you. We have special guests in the building. We have the General, Mr. Mike Patton, the CEO and owner of Sports Awakening. Then we're going to talk some NBA draft. First, we got to talk about the Atlanta Hawks as far as what they did in the draft, and do you agree? Do you disagree? Also, we're going to talk about the NBA draft period, about Michael Porter, what raised eyes and what we thought was crazy. Then we're going to talk about NFL, the conduct policy, man. You know, this situation with Jameis Winston, and it makes you just think about everything else and how they're running things. And is it right? Is it wrong? Should they tweak it? We'll talk about that. Also, we're going to talk about the BIG3. They made a debut with a splash. It was crazy. And, of course, we got to talk, Of course, we got to talk Major League Baseball about those Atlanta Braves and just period about where baseball stands right now, you know. So make sure you check us out on 1100 AM if you're local in Atlanta, Georgia. Also, you can find us on TuneIn, iHeartRadio, Radio Now, on 1100 AM. Just look that up. And also, we're on Facebook Live. So it's time to get to these quick hits. Let's get it. Shout out to Sherm Beats for the music, like always.
They killing.
Yes, sir. And he was representing in Houston for the 3-point conversion at the BIG3, so shout out to him. So now look, yesterday I should say, Bruce Bowen came out and he ripped Kawhi Leonard for basically not saying whether he really enjoyed being in San Antonio or really hates being there. I mean, I kind of don't get it. He was saying that he was making excuses and everything, but I don't know if just because Bowen is the Spurs and he's just in his feelings. I mean,
he think because he won a championship or two, he can he was a defensive
No.
player. And
I got it. Is it the fact that he thinks he's the best defender ever?
Right.
Is he jealous?
Is? Bro,
what you?
Come on, man. You ain't so. Kawhi been in the league maybe 5, right?
Right.
Probably 5 years, right? And he's already passed you, surpassed
7. He's been in 7 years.
Okay, so you don't. And he surpassed Bruce Bowen. We know that. Man, you can't talk to him, man.
Leave him alone.
Who are
man.
you? You a good defender and you were a role player for 2 championships,
and
right?
you hit corner threes.
and made people step on your foot.
Right. and karate kick somebody in the face.
Like, man,
come on, man. Like,
go.
What are you
you
talking
wasn't
about?
tough either. You wasn't tough.
Nah, you wasn't tough. Moving on. Toronto Blue Jays closer Roberto Osuna has been suspended 75 games for violating domestic violence policy from an incident where he was arrested on May 8th assaulting a woman. Man.
He deserved it if he did.
Yeah, he deserved it. You know, of course we talk about it's horrible, and I mean, there's really nothing else to talk about as far as that.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to get on the suspension. Doesn't it seem like when you look at it, you like 75 games, like, man, that's a lot.
It's not, though.
It's about like half
It's
the
less
season.
than half the
Yeah.
season. It's less than half the season.
Yeah, so it's not, I mean, it was just a...
And then, so it's even crazier because you'll get more for PEDs.
Right. That's crazy. But look, the thing is, though, he was arrested. Right? No, we're going to get into that later on.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving on. Bryce Harper says he will participate in the home run derby if he is an all-star. Stop it.
If he an all-star?
So my thing is, so basically he should have just came out and said, look, y'all, just vote for me. I promise you, I'll be in the home run derby if y'all vote for me.
Come on, man.
Come on,
like,
bro.
That's so they go back even to the NBA the slam dunk champion,
Right?
The slam dunk contest where
Yeah.
we try to figure out the stars don't want to do it. And come on, man, they want you to be in it, man. Like, what does it do? What does it hurt? Like, come on, man.
The star power is needed as well. Like
Right.
Aaron Judge isn't doing it.
Right.
I don't know if Stanton's in it. Whether it's a bunch of names that we really don't know.
But like you said, the star power is needed. So why don't you help your sport and just like do it, man? Like,
But he's doing it. I think we're missing it. He's not doing it because he's like, yo, I'm gonna do it. No, he's doing it because he's like, he wants to get in the
get me in
All-Star
an
game.
all-star game.
Then I'll do it. Come on, bro. Why didn't you do it last year?
Yeah, that's horrible.
Nah,
man.
that's not good. But if he gets in
Then he gonna do it.
and he does it, it'll be tight if you see Mike Trout and you see Judge.
So what if he get in and don't do it?
Oh, that'd be.
What if he get voted in? Let's say we vote him in, right?
And he doesn't-
He'd be like,
he doesn't do it.
No, I'm good.
I'm good. That Bryce Harper, you
He cut his
moving.
beard off too.
Yeah,
he cut
did,
his
he
beard
did.
off.
Do I hear
Yeah, he
see
look
Yankees?
bad. Look-
Anyway,
Hey,
moving
hey.
on. Dwight Howard was traded, and he was bought out by bought out by the Brooklyn Nets. He was traded from Charlotte to the Brooklyn Nets. And first of all, I have some insight that I talked to someone, a reliable source, and he actually called Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard didn't even know he was traded. And he called Dwight Howard like, man. But anyway.
The respect level there.
Right. But Brendan Hayward came out, and maybe this is why. He came out and said that the teammates were tired of his act and how, the way Dwight came into Charlotte and he declared himself that he was the leader of the team.
So I can understand the tired of his act, right? But other than Kemba, who the leader of the team?
But you can't come
I
in.
know, and
I feel you though.
And on some real, based on his background, and even what he did in Charlotte last year.
Right, he balled out.
He balled out. I got to give him. And you shouldn't have to come there and say, "I'm the leader of the team."
And I agree.
You know what
the
I
fact
mean?
that the fact it's the Kevin Durant Westbrook.
Who the leader of the team in Charlotte?
I don't know, but look,
Right.
But it's like the Kevin Durant Westbrook. Kevin Durant, everybody gets on Westbrook because he's taking the shots, he's trying to do this and do that. But your leader of the team is not saying anything.
Right. And that's what I'm saying. Like, so we'll say Kemba the leader, right?
Right.
But did Kemba say it?
No.
Right. That's why Dwight Howard came there and said, "Hey, this what the business is." Like, and you're right. You shouldn't have to come there and declare
Right.
it, and you know what I mean. But ain't nobody else doing it.
Yeah, I agree. G, you got something to say?
I said that he's like one of the worst kinds of mercenaries. Like he's going to his fourth team in 4 years, and he's a dinosaur.
It's making
his
it
style of
bad,
play
right?
doesn't fit with today's game. And even though he's tried to, like, you saw, if you see the video right now, he's taking some mid-range jumpers, but that's also the worst kind of shot to take in today's game.
And it looked horrible when he's taking it too.
Yeah.
It looked horrible.
It's just like the free throw. So.
Yeah. Moving on. Atlanta Hawks general manager Travis Slink was looking to trade up to 17 to get Kevin Huerter. I hope I'm saying his name correct.
I was waiting on that.
Yeah, from Maryland. And they ended up picking him at 19, right? Well, the reason why he didn't trade up is because he was tipped off by social media that the two teams in front of him wasn't looking at Huerter. So, like, and we talked about this, and we might have to do a part 2. We talked about the media, but we talked about it from a player standpoint. But come on, man.
When it's like social media doing too much of it, like that's too much. Like you can't even somebody can't make a trade because of that. Like they can't pick up an extra asset because of. But they also go to your war room.
Right.
What's going on in your war room? How's it getting out? Who in your war room that's giving out this information with what's going on? So maybe them doors need to get tighter, or you know what I mean? And not on the Hawks side, but on the other two teams in front of them that's picking.
Right.
Like,
No, I agree.
y'all need to get y'all war room together.
And listen to this, real quick. Shout out to LA Broadus, my insider. We were laughing.
Killer with it.
Yeah, we were laughing because he was saying that you had people like Wojciechowski. Wojo was on there. He was being petty because they said they're not supposed to come out and talk about what was coming out.
They made that a big thing this year.
So Wojo was being petty. So he was like, instead of saying that the Bulls were going to select Wendell Carter, he was like, so the Bulls are not looking past Wendell Carter, or the Bulls. Or here you go another. He was like, the Bulls said that they're going to stop with Wendell Carter. He looks like the favorable pick
for them. Just say they're going to pick him.
Right.
And it's also a little bit of maybe Atlanta's going to figure out what they're doing with their team, because apparently in 2013 there were Danny Ferry was looking at taking Giannis or Dennis Schroeder. Mm-hmm. But then Larry Drew got fired, took the information from the Hawks, and went to the Bucks. Ended up taking Giannis right ahead of the Hawks.
And look now. Look now. Giannis and Dennis Schroeder. Nothing against Dennis Schroeder, but they tried to trade him, and Giannis is...
That's how it is.
It's Giannis.
Last but not least, Carmelo Anthony came out and said he was going to opt in his contract for next year. Now it's been rumored that Paul George will sign a 2-year deal with the Thunder. They saying it's looks like it's going to happen, and this is coming from more than one rival teams. It's different teams saying this. So
first, let's get on the beginning. Did you expect anything less from Carmelo Anthony?
That makes sense.
Not just because he's staying with OKC, but it's money involved.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He has 28 million reasons.
Anything that got something to do with money, what Melo gonna do?
Right.
Go with the money, right? He's taking the money. As far as the Paul George side, I don't think that's a bad move. A 1-1,
because they're saying that they want to see
how better it can be. The off season better.
What's his name? Then my man got hurt, the defensive player,
Roberson.
So that was
that was a big impact.
Right.
That was a big impact.
All right, so that wraps up quick hits. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back.
Hello, I'm Crystal Dayon, and this is your Sports News Break. The Atlanta Braves played an all-nighter, losing a heartbreaker to the Baltimore Orioles 10-7 in 15 innings. Manny Machado hit a 2-run home run to break open the game. The Atlanta Dream defeated the Connecticut Suns 75-70 on last night. Angel McCoughtry scored 25 points. In World Cup news, Nigeria tops Iceland 2-0. Brazil defeated Costa Rica 2-0, and Switzerland was victorious over Serbia 2-1. The BIG3 opened their season in Houston last night, with the three-headed monsters, Three's Company, Power, and Trae State all winning their first games. The Atlanta United are looking to bounce back against the Portland Timber on Sunday after getting knocked out by the Chicago Fire in the U.S. Open Cup. Make sure to follow the 3-Point Conversion for all your major sports news updates. It's where fans' opinions matter.
Have you been looking for a radio station that gives you sports?
I don't believe it! It's a touchdown!
Entertainment?
Are you not entertained?
And other special interest talk shows?
Well, isn't that special?
All on one app?
Yo, that's dope. What app is that?
It's the Real 1100 AM app for WWE. Grab it for free in your Google Play or Apple App Store today.
This is Av Stanley, senior writer for the 3-Point Conversion, and you know I'm listening to Mr. Controversy and D Intellectual on the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. Tell them what's going on.
Yes, we are back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. Mr. Controversy here with my man D Intellectual.
Yeah.
And this next topic, the hot topic, or next segment of the hot topic is brought to you by Seneca's Barbershop, who is located in 3000 Chapel Hill Road, Suite 206, Douglasville, Georgia. Make sure y'all check them out. Great barbershop. One of those barbershops that you might be there for a while. I mean, first of all, because great barbers, but then the fact that you just don't want to leave, man. You're going to love to talk. A lot of things going on. I mean, they're about community, about the children, sports. You know, I've had to kill it, a few people in there talking sports, but also that, talking politics, whatever, man. I mean, and like I said, it's not one of those places where, especially if you're a man or anybody, but you go in there and y'all talk some stuff and somebody gonna go out and leak it out. It's not like that. You protect it. It's a barbershop. Shout out to Dwayne Chambers, aka Simha. I'm sorry, aka Blue Baby Potter. I'm sorry, Baby Potter. My bad. But anyway, check him out on Twitter. And not Twitter, I'm all over the place. Check him out on Instagram. He needs to get on Twitter, but Instagram at Simha the Barber, SIMHATHEBARBER. And I want to definitely shout out to my man Corey the Barber. What's up, Corey, man? Shout out for you, man. Make sure you stay humble, man.
It's on Chapel Hill.
Yeah, it's on Chapel Hill. But Corey, it's for Corey. Like I said, man, do your thing, stay humble. Respect your elders, man. Quest, I got you, baby. Hey, man, y'all do a dance off or something, man. It's all about, it ain't nothing but love right here. So
They gonna pop lock.
They need to dance it off or something. But anyway, so we have a special guest in the building.
Yes.
We have Mr. Mike Patton, the General from Sports Awakening. What's going on, sir?
Man, nothing much. Enjoying Atlanta.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's a beautiful day here in Atlanta. And we brought Mike in to talk about this next segment. And this is about the Atlanta Hawks. Now, Atlanta Hawks came in. We didn't know where they were going to go. So many stories going around, floating around. But the Hawks ended up drafting Luka Doncic from overseas, and they drafted him with the third pick, but then traded him to Dallas after Dallas Mavericks drafted Trae Young. So it was a swap, and plus they got a protected first-round pick in 2019. Then they got, as we mentioned, Kevin Huerter at the 19th pick from Maryland, and then they traded the 34th pick to Charlotte for 2 draft picks. Also, they drafted number 30. Spellman. Yeah, Spellman from Villanova, and
too, right?
Good shooter.
Yeah.
So, a lot of people are either, well, I shouldn't even say a lot. It's half and half. A lot of people are mad. You have a lot of people that are excited about Trae Young. I want to ask the panel, and I ask you first, D. You live here. What is your thought? I mean,
how protected is that pick?
It's protected. I mean, it's whatever.
Right. I mean, like, is it like 1 through 10?
No,
I think it's top 5.
Top 5 protected.
It's just said protected. They didn't. Didn't come out, so it's just protected. So
no,
whatever they have, it means.
Right.
That's
the
what
reason
they
I asked because to move down 2 spots and get a top 10 pick.
Yeah. And then get who you wanted.
Right.
Because
they wanted Trae Young anyway. I think they wanted Trae Young anyway.
Right.
Period. They wanted Trae Young. They wasn't
Right.
tripping on that. So they would have moved back, and you get a top another top 10 pick anyway. Man, I'm not mad at it. As far as who they got, Trae Young, I think he's going to be a good player. I don't like how so there's only one Steph Curry, right? Like I think we all can come to that, right? And to kind of pattern your game after or whatever the case may be, as a Steph Curry, I don't really like that because you know how when Steph was shooting his threes and everybody was like, that's not what you want to teach the young kids to do and that. So I hope he does become a great player, and I think he will. I think it'll be good. I think on the defensive end we'll figure that out. But as far as the Hawks, I think that was a great job. The GM, that was
I thought it was a great job.
That was awesome.
What you think, Mike?
Actually, I still have some concerns. Reason being, I was listening to the press conference and he was saying, well, we want to get these shooters around and, basically help spread the floor so Dennis can, pass off the shooters. And I'm sitting there thinking to myself, I'm like, okay, so basically you're going to have a 6'1" point guard and a 6'2" shooting guard. No,
that was part of the question I was trying to figure out.
That was
would nobody
BS.
take?
Yeah, no,
Schroeder.
but that was BS. That was
very much.
He had to say that.
Yeah,
I mean, because he's still on the team.
Yeah.
But he's not going to say, "Well, we're going to trade him." So don't believe in that.
But I think the biggest thing is and that's what they've been trying to figure out: who gonna take him? Because they paying him a lot. What are he making, like 17 a year?
It's close to that, yeah. And it's some people that'll take him. I mean,
he inefficient though, and I think that's why they trying to figure out what to do with him.
I would call Orlando if I was them.
Yeah, I think Orlando's a team that would take him.
That's probably
But it's a lot of teams that would take him because he's serviceable. Last year he played on a team where it was just erratic, so you can't go by that. I mean, but one thing he's going to get you is my nickname for him is he ain't scared, and he's going to go to the hole. He's going to he was diving for loose balls. Now you're down by 20, and your record is 8-92. Yeah, 92, and you're diving for loose balls.
So yeah, it's in you. It's in them.
Gee, what do you feel?
Well, I think Schroeder's going to get traded. They're going to find some way to trade him. Like otherwise, you're looking at a situation similar to Portland, to where you have 2 6'3" guards that are playing together, but those are 2 guys who can both shoot. With Atlanta, really only one of them can.
Right.
And he hasn't played a game yet, so it's a delicate situation, but I think they're going to eventually move Schroeder.
And make sure y'all call in at 404-603-8770. Once again, it's 404-603-8770.
Can I say it does remind you of the Monte Ellis and Steph Curry situation when they first got together in Golden State?
Yeah.
One had to go.
One had to go. But let me say this. A lot of people...
I think they made the right decision.
But with that, it looked like it could work because Monte Ellis is a scorer.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it looked like it was going to work.
It worked for a minute, but they couldn't get into the playoffs.
Yeah, and Monte can't pass. That's enough.
He doesn't.
He doesn't. So, look, I'll say this about Trae, though.
Wouldn't pass.
With Trae, everybody compares him to Steph. I don't compare him to Steph. He doesn't remind me of Steph. The only thing that reminds me of Steph is the fact that he has that sort of, when he takes a shot, whether he makes it or not, I guess because of his stature, everybody, whether he makes it or not.
And I think it's quick release kind of.
Right, but this is what he reminds me of, though. He plays like a Mark Price. Mark Price was herky-jerky. Mark Price could shoot. He'd get to the hole. He was a great passer. And that's what he plays like.
And I think that's what get underrated with him. He led the NCAA in assists.
He led the NCAA in scoring and assists.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's a passer. Like, he don't mind giving the ball up.
And then the fact that's what I'm saying. Like, he has the superstar status. I kept saying this last week. Bagley, no superstar status. Luka, maybe, just because now you're bringing in, oversee everybody.
He a little flashy.
Yeah, so everybody's going to be here.
Yeah,
but with as far as filling the seats, Trae, I mean.
Yeah, you see, Migos been on him.
Yeah.
Migos been on him since
the funny thing is,
able to, and I don't want to say they run the city, but the city rock with him. They really,
what
I mean?
He talked about, he got to ask that question, and he said, the Migos talked to him that night, and he has a tight relationship with the Migos. Yeah. So just with that bond and with the younger kids and everybody.
And that's what they need, fill the seats.
Yeah, that's all you need.
Because we done been to games, and it's like we talk about it all the time. If the other Atlanta teams had the fan support that the Atlanta United have, it would be crazy.
Right.
It'd be crazy. And maybe this will help the Hawks to get that.
So let's get to the other players. So what about Huter from Maryland? I'm not going to lie. I didn't know anything about him, but I heard it's been talked that shout out to Sekou. Hopefully he don't get mad I'm saying this, but he was telling me that this guy was the truth, and he was saying that his game was actually it wasn't unleashed in Maryland. Like, they held him back because of the program, but he do a lot more pass, everything.
Well, we'll definitely see what happens, but he's known more for shooting. So he comes in and does that and kind of expands his game. Maybe they'll get more out of him, but to me, it sounds like they're trying to make a Klay Thompson, Steph Curry kind of backcourt. That's what it sounds like to me.
And it's a copycat league. Why not? It works.
And he's kind of a big guy too, right?
Yeah,
like 6'6", 6'7". Mm-hmm.
But they say he can do a lot more than just shoot. They said,
but
they
that's
say
what
he was held
happens
back.
in college. You kind of get into this where we're gonna put you in a box kind of thing.
Prime
right?
example. Did you all see Cat being the way he was when
Nah.
I didn't see Cat coming out.
Because remember, he when the season started, he wasn't even like top 5. I don't think, right? Am I right? He wasn't even top 5 because it was.
No, he was top 5. They kept saying he was top 5, but I didn't see him. I didn't see him scoring like that though.
Here's the thing. When you go to Kentucky, you all bite into a roll. So the thing is, you're not going to see everything out of a player when they're at Kentucky. Because they got so many other stars around.
Right.
Like with Kevin Knox, you probably didn't see the best of Kevin Knox. You're probably going to see more of him.
When you go to New York, that's why he got booed.
Well,
right.
I'm glad you say that, because we're going to get more into the NBA draft after this break.
Yes.
Hey, I'm Diana Taurasi from the Phoenix Mercury, and you're listening to the 3-Point Conversion Radio.
Are you tired of limiting yourself from tasty food because you want to eat healthy? Well, Salad Express will fix that problem for you. Salad Express is a gourmet salad and grill restaurant that gives you multiple options to satisfy your taste buds and keep you healthy. They have over 40 toppings, which are all cut fresh daily, and 7 homemade soups, including chili. You can also order hot sandwiches and wraps, with choices like grilled chicken, steak, salmon, and shrimp, which can all be added to salad as well. Go ahead and visit them today at 1055 Mansell Road, Suite 600 in Roswell, Georgia. Your taste buds will thank you.
What's up? This is Anthony Hamilton, and you're listening to the 3-Point Conversion.
Yes, we are back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. Mr. Controversy with The Intellectual. my man Mike Patton. And want to shout out to all our sponsors, Salad Express, Seneca's Barbershop, Sucker Free Life LLC, and you too can join in if you want. If you want to go ahead and be a sponsor, let us know on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. If you have my contact, let me know. So, let's get into the NBA draft. We talked enough about the Hawks. Well, maybe we didn't talk enough about them, but we have to leave them alone. Let's talk about the rest of the draft. First, I want you all's opinion on Michael Porter. So, and I thought he handled the situation well. Like, something had to leak out. I don't know what it was. Something had to leak out just for the fact that Sacramento they were strong about picking him, and then all of a sudden it switched. And I think when they backed off, I think that's when everybody else got nervous, you know.
Well, looking into it now, he's actually saying he's probably not going to play Summer League until he's completely healthy. So there definitely was something there with his back.
They're talking about the season.
Yeah, I'll do you one better. They're talking about
the season.
It's a possibility that he might not play the season. They're just saying it's a possibility, so that's been floating
Shades
around.
of Sam Bowie.
So the back is one of them things, right? Like a back injury is one thing, right? But to have surgery on your back, like imagine a hard fall, right? And then now your back hurting again, and now you.
But you know what? I was shocked that Philly didn't take him. Like, I'm gonna tell you why. Because you trust the process. We saw what happened to him. They took him.
Because they not trying to wait no more.
But why? You right there though. You right there.
They like we want to win now. I'm surprised that they moved they made anyway.
The Sixers think they have a chance at LeBron James. Yeah. So why are they going to take a chance, like draft somebody who may not play?
Yeah, they're trying
because they're not gonna get LeBron James. Like, why do they think that's going to work?
Look, like, a lot of teams delude themselves into believing they can do a lot of things.
I didn't even like what they did with they pick, yo.
But that's what I'm saying. It's like Michael Porter.
Like Kevin Durant 2.0. That's what they were saying.
Yeah, and you could have sat him down. You all are good. The East, I mean, so let's say if it's a 50-50 chance, I don't think, but let's just say it's a 50-50 chance that LeBron goes to L.A. If he goes to L.A., well, it's just Boston and Philadelphia. That's
first
it.
Off, he's going by himself because apparently PG going
right.
to
all right, but I'm just saying either or he's going to L.A. If he goes to L.A., I mean, it's just Boston and the Philadelphia 76ers. That's it. So you can take a chance.
Toronto Raptors fans might not like to hear that.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about I forgot about the Raptors because you're right because if LeBron leaves. I'm
saying they might not be happy. I'm not saying I agree with them.
But if LeBron leaves, LeBron was the only reason why they kept losing. Man, so
isn't nobody not buying into Toronto? They lost 10 games in a row to Cleveland. But and like you said, LeBron gone. Well, everybody else gonna be like they gonna look at them and like you not looked at like that no more. Like we not.
But I don't think they care about that though. I don't think Toronto cares. I think Toronto is praying that LeBron goes to.
They should because he all in their brain. He all in their brain. He got them gone.
Right, because they ran the East last year. They ran the East last year.
LeBron could beat
and
them
with
Orlando.
And it was just Cleveland. It was just LeBron. Yeah,
LeBron could beat them with Orlando.
So, but going back to Porter though, I think that they should have took him. Now, I was wondering, Ben in Atlanta, I guess we'll bring him back. First, I was wondering if the Bulls was going to take a chance on him.
I thought they were, and I really wanted him. However, I wanted him minus the injury concern, right? Like, I really wanted him because of the comparisons they made. Kevin Durant, Tracy McGrady. Like, I really wanted him. But I don't want to deal with nobody. I don't at the 7th pick, you can't take nobody that could not play.
Yeah, you don't. I don't know.
It's true.
So, but like I said, he fell to Denver. I think it might be a chance where he makes everybody regret that. You know, like I said,
I hope he do.
A back injury is hard, but like I said, I thought he took it well. He didn't have a sweat on his forehead. He didn't have the Aaron Rodgers look.
He didn't stress out the whole time.
Yeah,
like
now
he kind of chilled. He was like, when I get there, I'm gonna make him pay. He talked about it.
Wait, who was stressing was his agent. Because his agent was like,
yes.
I need that bag.
Yeah, I need something.
Bag.
I'm about to get
I need
fired.
that bag.
I think he had till 20.
But I think he went to a great place, though.
Yeah, I did.
I think it's perfect for him where he went.
Yeah, I
Even
like
if
that
he
too.
sit out a year, I think it's perfect because Wilson Chandler opted in for his contract.
Right.
So
and Denver's, they have a nice little core there. So
One other guy that's actually got traded there is Jared Vanderbilt from Kentucky. You never really saw him play very much, but he did have a foot injury. But him and De'Aaron Fox were actually high school teammates or AAU teammates. I can't remember which one. But he can actually play the small forward position too. So that's another guy you actually
because that was a good that was a good pick.
And I mean, he's from Kentucky. We know that if you went to Kentucky, you have to be able to ball.
Right. So now, besides that, who do you think stood out? Like, what was the? And I'm not talking about dressing wise, because hey,
what's
hold
his
on.
name?
Who? I don't know, but
Wait.
shout out to
point guard from Kentucky, Shy.
Shout out to Jaren Jackson.
Shy Gilgeous Alexander.
But look, shout out to Jaren Jackson because Jaren Jackson told me, we asked him about what he was going to wear. He was like, "Nah, y'all just going to see. I'm gonna tear him up." Can I get a stop it? When I saw what he had on, it was like, bruh.
Stop it.
What is that, velvet?
He had a velvet couch on. That's what he had.
Velvet. Say, gee, what is that? Velvet?
All he was missing was the plastic. It was like, come on, man. But
drop my couch up.
Right. But who stood out to you all?
I like Colin Sexton, man. Like really, like I actually, I think he might be the best point guard in the league. Him out of the draft, him or Holiday. Like I know Trae Young did his thing, and Doncic.
Yeah.
Okay, I know all the hooplas
Right.
with them, right? But Sexton, I really like him. He played in SEC, and he goes like he a dog, he a pit bull. And when you got that as a point guard, that really brings something out. And I'm sure that won't be the deciding factor for LeBron to come back.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
Right.
like I can see him not backing down from whoever. Let's say if it's again in the finals with Golden State, I can see him not backing down against them. And again, he a rookie and he gonna have to learn. He gonna make mistakes. But I really like this kid. Like seriously, I really like that kid.
I like the second pick the Bulls made, Hutchinson.
I like that pick too.
I did not like him at first because I was looking like, why are they guaranteeing they're gonna pick this guy? I don't understand it. But then I started watching this film, and it was impressive. I mean, he can handle basketball, he can shoot, score, and he makes Denzel Valentine obsolete. So that makes me very happy.
He did it like now,
right
now. Because when he go to the hole, he goes strong.
So I'm gonna tell you who I thought came out and won was Phoenix. I thought they did great with, of course, Ayton, but with the trade, and I felt sorry for Bridges.
Mikal Bridges.
That was like, because man, that was probably the ugly because
he's a mom in HR. Oh. Like when I'm watching the video, right? Like when she hugged him in the when they doing the interview, his eyes kind of like closed and like he was like, I'm home.
Yeah,
right?
It worked out. It was like a great story. Like I thought, I could hear, I could see people like, getting ready to write a movie about this. And then, nah.
Why do you think they did it though?
Well, they had the Suns were going to draft DiVincenzo, from what I read, and then Philadelphia just came up with this offer. Like they made the offer they wanted Zaire Smith all of a sudden, and
why not just
they made the deal?
Yeah, another guy that brings in that cannot shoot. So there you go, Philly.
Right. Like Bridges was perfect. Like every report, anything you hear, it was that Bridges was perfect for this.
Right. That like it looked. Philly was like, wow, Philly, they have it. But like I said, Phoenix came up.
Yeah.
I think Phoenix came up. And then his mom, she out. She don't have to work anymore. Like, Phoenix might hire her. That might have been part of the deal. You come work with us.
Because, she probably going to quit now.
Yeah. All right, look, we have a caller on. All right, caller, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
What's going on, fellas?
Hey, what's going on?
Nice to hear from you.
This is Danny out in Orlando. I just want to give you guys a quick shout out. Love you, all listening to the show. And Raph, to let you know that you guys made the ultimate mistake by passing on Luka Doncic in the draft.
Go ahead, man. Tell us why. Go ahead.
Well, studying Luka Doncic for the last 2 years, Doncic is the European player that the league has not seen before. I know most people think of European players and being one of those grainy footage, 4 points, and 9-minute type of game players, but Doncic dominated the entire EuroLeague and the entire European basketball culture the last 2 seasons. This year, he was the EuroLeague MVP, and most EuroLeague teams would beat NCAA teams by 20 points, minimum. 74 players Doncic played against last season were in the NBA. He averaged 14 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists, and 24, 25 minutes a game. Remember, EuroLeague teams don't play 48 minutes a night. They don't. So he's putting those numbers up against high-level competition and looking really good. And Atlanta, I love Trae Young. I met Trae during the pre-workout, Raph, and Mike and Dwayne. I met him at the pre-draft situation, and he's a good kid. I wanted Trae down here in Orlando. I was hoping we were drafting him. But since Atlanta decided to steal Trae Young from us down here in Orlando.
And that's what it's really about, right? That's really what it's about, right?
No, I mean, I was telling Raph before the draft, I was like, if you guys pass on Doncic, you're going to make a mistake. He's the most NBA-ready player right now. That includes DeAndre Ayton. I have number 1 on my draft board the entire year. And he's more ready for the NBA than DeAndre Ayton is.
Can y'all not mess up Mo, please?
Mo Bamba?
Yeah.
Please don't mess him up.
Oh, no, I love Mo Bamba. I mean, we're down here starting with, the Mo Bamba, Bamba number 5 has already started down here. I mean, I can't wait. I met Mo yesterday. We had a chance to talk to Mo yesterday down here, and he is a character.
Yeah,
Mo Bamba.
He was a good guy. I talked to him, too, and he was a good guy.
Man, I wanted him, man.
He was probably the best person when it came to the interview process with the media. He was probably the most engaging.
The Atlanta and Dallas thing is what made him slip. Like how they played, that trade and all that. That's what I think made him even.
Because I didn't think he was coming to Atlanta. I didn't think he was going to Memphis, and because they wanted Jaren. He already told them, F you. And then,
he wouldn't even show up to the
right.
He wouldn't even show up to the workout. He's like, nah, I don't
medicals, anything.
Nothing. So
I don't want to go there. I'm cool.
Like I said, it was a good draft until after maybe the 20th pick, the 18th pick, I guess. After that, it just started like, why are we here? But anyway,
just some dudes getting drafted,
right? Some dudes.
And think about
other than hold on though, the Boston Celtics pick, Texas A&M Robert Williams. I don't think that was just some dude.
Okay, can I say this? And we'll close with this. The announcers were killing me. Chauncey. Chauncey kept trying to compare.
His comparison.
If you were, how do you compare Grayson Allen to Bobby Shura? Like what?
Yes,
you know why? You know why?
That one. I can see
you
that.
know
one.
why?
So we were clowning. So look, we were clowning, and so every black person to black person, white to white. So at the end, I forgot who got drafted, but it was pretty skinned brother, light skinned dude, pretty hair and all that.
Did you compare it to a what?
No, I told him, I was like, I bet you compare him to Harrison Barnes. Like, but anyway, man, we're gonna take a quick break, man. We'll be right back.
This is Sam Freeman with the Atlanta Braves, and you're listening to the 3-Point Conversion.
What it is, what it ain't. This your boy Sherm, host of Face the Music. Join me every Wednesday night for Power Hour, where we intersect the worlds of sports and music, and we do it the best way we can, which is on a Sherm beat. So if you're ready to come through, catch some realness, vibe to some dope sounds, tune in to Face the Music every Wednesday on the 3 Point Conversion station. Let's get it.
It's time to get in the mind of Mr. Controversy and the Intellectual with What's on My Mind.
Yes, we are back inside the 3 Point Conversion Sports Lounge. Mr. Controversy here with the Intellectual. Having a great time today, man, talking sports.
What you got planned for today?
Cleaning. So, yeah, got guests coming in.
Wait, what?
Yeah, so we have to clean. We have guests coming in this weekend, so this week.
That's cute.
So, cleaning. See, that's how single guys talk. You know, they say stuff like that.
Cleaning,
right? What you got going on? What you got going on?
I already know, baby. We're gonna go Edgewood, figure it out. I'm definitely gonna eat some chicken at Harold's. Grab something to drink. And,
that's how we
not
do
no
it.
Cleaning.
Because you was talking about you was cleaning last week. Remember, he was like, "Yeah, I ain't," or the week before, like, I ain't got nothing to do. I'm cleaning, so
yeah.
I have a purpose to clean, man.
I mean, mine's last for a couple weeks. But I clean up. Mine's able to.
Mine would last for a couple of weeks, but I'm married, so that's not gonna happen. But anyway, this next segment, What's on My Mind, is brought to you by Sucker Free Life LLC. Make sure you live your truth for the world to see, because everyone can be sucker free. Purchase your apparel today exclusively at facebook.com/Sucker Free Life LLC. All right, so this is the What's on My Mind, and this is a segment where, first time hearing it, we got a lot of people that's hearing it for the first time. We talk about just, you know, what's going on in sports, what's bothering us, or what we like, what we don't like, what we can't understand. Just a way to, you know, get some stuff off our chest. All right, man, let me tell y'all what's on my mind today. So, what's on my mind today? Oh, all right. So, you know, with the NBA draft, and everything was good. Like I said, the first 20 picks were pretty interesting because you wanted to see what was going to happen, where was Porter going, and everything like that. But after that, I don't know, you know. And I understand that if you have family watching, you know, yeah, you know what I'm saying, your son, your nephew, you want to watch them. But can we please just not show the second round, or maybe we'll show it on the second night? Like, and I'm saying this from a media standpoint and a fan. We're covering the draft, and I'm at the, you know, media night for the Hawks. After the 20th pick, it's like, all right. I mean, we're just standing there, just watching, talking. Like, I'm not gonna say none of them people. I know y'all think I'm gonna say they garbage, and I'm not saying that. But it was just boring. It was like, it's not like football. The NFL, you look at their draft, because the draft, somebody could take one person and that'll screw up the whole draft. It could be whether it's the first 4 picks, it could be the 20th pick. They take a surprise person. They surprise somebody with taking somebody that you didn't expect them to get. Switches up the whole draft. Now you're like, who you gonna get? Man, that's NBA. After the first round, it's like, all right, we don't really want to watch this. I mean, the draft it got done. It was done at 11:30. Like, really? It started at 7:30. You know what I'm saying? And NBA has to do something about this. I don't know if you want to spice things up, play music as they're coming out, have a comedian. I don't know. But it was just, it doesn't look well and bode well for the NBA. It just was not a good look. You know, I got to coming home, because I thought we were going to get out early. I didn't know. Then I come to the house. And, you know, I was supposed to be at 10 o'clock. Wife like, hey, what happened? Why you not here? She was like, what happened? I'm like, yeah, we was with the draft. She was like, it was garbage anyway. Like, the second I'm just playing. But I just said, it was just, come on, NBA, do something, man. Like, it wasn't fun, man. 11:30, we shouldn't be up. Most of us not up. Everybody's probably asleep by then, you know, but still, they got to do a better job of hyping it up. Yeah, it was all right the way they try to hype it up in the beginning. Everybody come down, like the red carpet type, you know what I'm saying? But just got to find a way to do something better. Then Adam Silver has no character at all, you know, so he's just who he is. So it's like, we got to find a way. You know, at least Goodell comes up and he's acting crazy, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, I don't know, man. I just want the NBA. We got to do something about it just to make it more interesting with the fans, man. That's what's on my mind.
Man, I agree. Adam Silver be up there like with the third pick,
smiling. And then the bad thing was, right? Look, they weren't booing him,
right?
So it was just
so he can be as great as he want to be,
right? Or
after the 22nd pick, which was the Bulls' second pick, I was. Actually, in between 15 and 22, I really wasn't even paying attention.
And I'm not saying stop the second round. I'm just saying NBA has to find a better way to.
So, perfect example with that, right? Adam Silver not even up there after the first round.
Right. So and you know how for instance, and I'll let you go. You know how the NFL, when after the first round, because Goodell does the same thing, then they have former players coming up introducing the pick. Do that.
Right, like do that.
Yeah. We got Go Warrior.
Because Buddy that be up there, who is he?
I don't know.
The deputy commissioner. Yeah. What's his name?
Mark something.
Yeah, exactly.
So I'm just saying, man. It's
like you said, it would be good if a player of the team that's drafting came up and like Jay Feeler.
Yeah,
he kicked it off. He made it made it dope. Like, oh yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, it's just like I said after the first.
Don't nobody
15 picks.
Like you said, don't nobody watch after.
No one's watching that. No one's watching that, and it's like, and not because some of the players we don't know. I mean, if you're into college basketball, you do know, but it's just I'm not even talking about from that standpoint. Just the fact that it was just boring.
It drags on. It drags.
And it shouldn't.
Real quick in the chat, L.A. Broadus said Adam Silver is an alien from Men in Black. Tell me I'm wrong.
I can't tell you wrong, L.A. I cannot tell you wrong because he looked like he's supposed to be in Men in Black.
Hey, but I like Silver though. We rock with Silver.
Yeah, we rock with him, but he probably Men in Black 4. He's the in every Men in Black they have one alien that's trying to take. He's
actually met him before, so. He's one tall dude. He actually is pretty tall. He's about 6'4".
Yeah,
I saw him.
Yeah. Is he like he is on TV?
Yeah, he is. Met him in the elevator. The Washington Wizards versus New York Knicks game. Where Quincy Acey and John Wall got to a fight. Yeah, I was at that game. Yeah.
Go ahead, man. What's on your mind, bro?
What's on my mind? It also has to do with the NBA draft. More so Michael Porter. And the whole injury situation. A lot of people think that he should have been drafted a lot higher, and based on his skill set, I can agree that he should have been drafted higher. However, when you're dealing with an injury like that, right, like a back injury, and you have such a high pick, you have to literally think about the history of people drafting players that high in the situations that have happened. Yeah, Embiid has come and he sat out a year or two, and now he's been a dominant player, right? But when he was injured for those 2 years, people were thinking like, could this be one of them situations where he may not play or he may not be what we think he's going to be. And could this be a wasted pick? We got to go back to Greg Oden. 82 games in the first 4 years? Like, you can't have a top 10 pick and make the injury mistakes that may have happened. You got to think about, again, Sam Bowie with the Blazers passing up on. We know they had Clyde Drexler, but they with the third pick, made the earth sick. MJ. Like, you can't do that. You can't go with a player that you think is going to be good that has had a significant injury. And with Porter, right, we're not talking about a torn ACL, right? We're not talking about a broken foot. We're not talking about a broken wrist. We're literally, and we're not even talking about a strained back. We're talking about back surgery. Most people that have had back injuries, that lingers on for their whole career. And then we're talking about a scorer, right? A person that takes the ball, can dribble, and do all of this. All of that is based on his back, his footing, and everything that goes with that. So as much as I wanted, I really like Michael Porter. Like, seriously, I really liked him, and I really wanted my Chicago Bulls to. If the injury concerns weren't there, I would have loved for them to pick him. But at the 7th pick, 6th pick, 5th pick, top 10 pick, you can't make that pick. With Denver at the 14th pick, that's a pick where you can be like, it's a hit or miss, right? Because when you think about the 14th pick, if you go down the history of 14th picks, there aren't 14th picks that's like, there maybe have been 2 or 3 all-stars in the 14th pick, right? So if you miss, it's kind of like, it was a stretch anyway. But if he does become a diamond in the rough, you're like, man, we really knocked it out the park with that pick, right? But with injuries and things like that, like, it's certain injuries where you can be like, you know what, it's a foot injury, he'll be all right. It's a hand injury, it'll be all right. But when it comes to something like a back and a top 10 pick, you can't. So they always said this was one of them drafts. This is what they were saying. This is one of them drafts that can get a lot of GMs fired, right? Like, if you make the wrong pick or you do the wrong thing, it's going to cost you your job because of the projections of the players. If you had to pick Michael Porter in the top 10 and he never play a game for you, or he play games and he get hurt, you was gonna get fired. I don't want to wish nothing on him, but with a back injury, that's one of them. You got to think about the hits that happens in basketball, right? The falls that happen. You had back surgery and he fall the wrong way one time, it could change your whole franchise, and you can't make that pick in the top 10. So I understood every pick that happened, and I'm sorry that he had to fall that low, but I hope that he does what he needs to do in Denver. And that's what's on my mind.
Yep, you're right about that, man. And like I said, hopefully he comes. I want him to come tear up the league, because it's not his fault. And like you said, I understand the other teams backing away because that's a serious issue. But we'll see. But look, we're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back.
AM 1100.
The opinions expressed during the sponsored programs on this station are strictly those of the program hosts, guests, and callers and are not necessarily those of Beasley Broadcast Group, this station, its staff, other advertisers, or agencies.
The sun's out, the kids are home, and you're ready to make this summer one they'll never forget. Well, gather up the family and head over to Lake Winnie, the South's favorite family amusement park, and Sokia Water Park, where there's excitement for everyone. The little ones light up on the flying elephants and the bumblebee ride. Get your thrill-seeking hearts racing as you experience 4.6 G's of excitement on the ozone. Let the whole family cool off in the refreshing fun of Sokia Water Park and brave the spins of the wild, twisted faster. Satisfy your taste buds with a legendary funnel cake and a refreshing Coca-Cola. With so much to offer and so close to home, Lake Winnie and Sokia are the perfect place for any family to have fun together. Now open every day. Fridays, buy one unlimited ride ticket and get half off the second one with a Dr. Pepper or any Coca-Cola can. For more information, call 877-525-3946 or visit lakewinnie.com.
What's good, family? I'm Marlon Sucker Free Jones of Sucker Free Life Double LC, and I'm locked in every Saturday to the best sports show on the planet, the 3-point conversion, with no team or no players off limits. So let's talk sports, the best of the best, the worst of the worst, and everything in between. Can you dig that?
No mercy. Don't let up on him. Go hard on him, Mr. Controversy. Hit him with the stop it button.
All right, we are back inside the 3-point conversion sports lounge. I want to take this time to thank everybody who's listening live right now and who's supporting us, whether through listening through 1100 AM, the apps, whether it's iHeart, TuneIn, Radio Now, 1100 AM website, or the link, whether it's the Facebook Live. We appreciate you, man. We definitely recognize the support, and we will continue to do our best to make you all proud. And I want to definitely give a shout out to someone, that they call John Wall's play cousin, and he's getting his haircut right now at the barbershop. My man D. What up, D? He think he could hoop and rap, but from what I heard, I don't think so. But anyway, man, shout out to D. He said he got bars. Yeah, go. What up, D? Y'all can follow him at, I'm gonna spell this out, AREYOUYOUYUDMAN. So I guess it's the man, so maybe that's why he can't rap. I don't know. But anyway, what up, D?
It definitely got something to do with it.
But hey, right now it is time for the most the most famous Stop It segment. Let's get it.
Yeah.
Stop it. Stop it.
Yes, S-T-O-P, new word, I-T. Stop it.
Stop it. Get some help.
All right, it's on you, D.
Yeah, so kind of got two. The smaller one is definitely Trae Young with the UPS. With the UPS suit on.
Oh man!
And I didn't want to get too deep into him because on his shoes he had his grandfather's death, which is who gave him his first basketball, and it was. But man, come on, man! I think he tried to do the LeBron, but the color, it was like.
You can blame LeBron for this. Well, actually, you can blame Draymond Green for this, for the suit he wore at the awards ceremony last year.
Yeah. He looked like a UPS man. All he was missing was UPS. That's it. But my biggest stop it goes to Manny Pacquiao. And the reason it goes to him because he's starting the league, right, for 6'4" and under. First off, that is so discriminatory. That is horribly discriminatory. If I'm over 6'4", I cannot play in your league. That's a problem. And then I saw the jerseys. The jerseys look like Golden State. Period. They the same colors. It's almost got it's like his face or something on it.
Golden State. That's trademark,
man. Come on, man.
He gonna be sued for that.
Go ahead and give him a stop it, man.
Stop it. Hey, before I go any further, why does Joker always got to smile? Like he's smiling while he dribbling.
Why he dribbling? He got a big grin on his face.
Why he always smiling? Remember he was fighting Mayweather.
Smiling.
That Joker come down smiling.
So now he's smiling in the post. Well, first off, Manny Pacquiao, why you in the post?
Right.
What are you even doing in the post? You like 2-3.
Like you can hoop.
And you in the post with a Golden State jersey on.
All right, man. So
Stop it.
I'm gonna make my stop it quick, short. So my stop it moment goes to Vlade Divac. This joker said that the Sacramento Kings is a super team. They're just young.
You couldn't even get it out. You couldn't even get it out. Damn, what? Who they got?
Bruh, how?
I mean, they got a lot of top 5 picks, but
They always got a lot of top 5
A lot
picks.
of the it's the guy you shouldn't draft in the top 5
Every time. Every time. Every time, what do? The guy you shouldn't draft. The guy that's not for your team.
Man, but yeah, I don't know what he was.
So is Bagley doomed then?
Yes.
Is he
Yes.
Yes, he is.
Yes.
Hopefully
Yes.
he's not.
I hope so too, but guess what?
Hopefully for Puma he isn't.
I think on the Puma side he good because they done killed the game the last 2 weeks.
Okay, I have another stop it. I'm glad you said that. So they signed Rudy Gay to Puma.
Stop it.
Like that. When I saw that's the first thing I said. Come on, because y'all just named Bagley. Who else? Who was it?
DeAndre Ayton.
They got
Aiden.
They got Porter.
They got
Porter. Yeah.
Like they
Zaire
winning.
Smith.
They were on a roll. All right, then you see.
Rudy Gay. It
Rudy
was
Gay.
like, dude, wait, what? Wait,
Maybe-
who?
Stop it.
Maybe he get one of them like legend deals like Clyde, Walt
Clyde Frazier. Walt Frazier, yeah.
Maybe he's getting a legend deal like that. I don't know.
Yeah, no.
But is Rudy Gay
No.
a legend? No.
I didn't say he was a legend to us. I just said
Right.
maybe he's a legend.
And
to
he,
them.
and he don't even have a team right now either.
Nah, man. So, but anyway, man, that concludes our Stop It segment. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back to dive into some NFL.
Yes.
Let me break down to y'all what's so dope about the three-point conversion. First of all, everybody is a fan of the game first. Second of all, everybody is a student of the game second. And third of all, we're the average sports fan just like everybody else. We're not coming in here, walking with our nose tipped high, acting snooty, acting brand new. This is a grassroots organization. Bar none. The three-point conversion, where fans' opinions matter. Be sure to visit the website www.the3pointconversion.com. Get your fix, get your articles, multimedia, and everything else that you, as a sports fan, need. So again, the3pointconversion.com. It's where it's at, man, where fans' opinions matter.
Have you been looking for a radio station that gives you sports,
I don't believe it. It's a touchdown.
entertainment,
Are you not entertained?
and other special interest talk shows
Well, isn't that special?
all on one app?
Yo, that's dope. What app is that?
It's the real 1100 AM app for WWE. Grab it for free in your Google Play or Apple App Store today.
Sit back and relax. You're back in the three-point conversion with Mr. Controversy and the Intellectual.
Yes, we are back inside the three-point conversion sports lounge. Having a great time here with special guest Mike Patton, the General from Sports Awakening. Got my man, D Intellectual. G is in the building running the ones and twos.
There go that beat.
And we have to, I know, right? And we have to say hello to Miss Crystal Dayon. How you doing?
What's up?
She's here, sitting, listening to the sports talk and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's good?
Everything's great.
What you got planned for the day?
I mean, it's hot, so that's great. It's officially summer, so I'll be outside.
Going to the park?
No, I went to the park last weekend, so somebody's deck, some rooftop situation. I see that in my future.
Sipping something.
I hear that. But we don't advocate getting drunk. Just kidding.
No, we don't.
Look, we have to say that. But all right. So, man, it was a bombshell dropped on us this week. And matter of fact, it was on NBA draft night, which kind of like seemed like NFL trying to be petty. Well, you know what? The funny thing, it wasn't the NFL, and the NFL hadn't came out yet, I don't think, and responded. But it was reported that Jameis Winston is going to be suspended for 3 games, for the first 3 games of the season. And so basically, Winston they were at a party. It was him, Ronald Darby, and this guy named Brandon Banks. And they were at a party, and Winston became intoxicated. That's why we say that was a great segue to what we were saying. But they had to send him home. And so the lady, I think it was Katie or Kate, she said that he was in the front seat, and he reached for her private area, for a crotch, or I don't know what you want to call it, but he, touched her inappropriately, and then when he did, and she told him to stop, whatever, and she made a complaint to Uber. His camp was saying that he was in the front seat. Matter of fact, cornerback Ronald Darby, the Philadelphia Eagles cornerback, came out and said that he was in the Uber and Jameis was in the back seat and he was in the front seat. So whatever, but still, it's a lot of speculation. But Brandon Banks, who was supposed to be his people, who is locked up right now for aggravated rape, he told some of his people while he's in prison now. Told his people that no, they're getting the story wrong. Jameis Winston, they were in the car all together riding to the party, but after the party, Jameis left by himself. So it's a lot going on, whatever. But he's being suspended for 3 games. What they're saying, the NFL hadn't came out and made a statement yet. But the thing is, she didn't. And this is going back to what I was talking about with the guy who we were talking about. Blue Jays closer, he got arrested. Now he's suspended. Jameis hadn't got arrested. Not even that. And I'm not saying what I'm saying is, and this is not about Jameis and the lady. What we're saying is, he didn't. She didn't even go to the police. Right. So the whole point of me saying is not saying that he's innocent. No, what I'm saying, what we're talking about is the NFL and how they go about their suspensions and the conduct policy. It's like, if the police aren't involved, do you still think? I mean, because that's a serious offense, though. If a lady makes that claim, do you think, is it right for them to say, all right, well, the police hadn't came up with a decision yet, or they're not involved, we're going to suspend you?
So first off, it's a lot of places to go, right? First off, Brandon Banks, I don't really think you have anything to say.
Like,
you're doing 15 years for aggravated rape.
Yeah, like,
I'm not.
Right.
Let's get the plea deal. That's the only thing I think.
Yeah. I'm not. It's like you taking the word of a convict, right? Okay, so let's get that out the way. The second thing is, like you said, there were no charges. But I think he paid her or something, right? It was supposed to be a situation where he made an out of court settlement, right, or whatever, right? But she never filed charges, right?
Never.
So that kind of goes into a lot of things. And what I mean by it is he probably paid her so there wouldn't be a big thing, right? Like, I can pay you, get it over with, get it done, right? But for it not to be charges it goes back to the thing with what you're saying with the NFL. Even back to the Ezekiel Elliott thing, right?
Right.
Like, what am I in trouble for?
Right.
I didn't go to jail. I didn't get arrested. I didn't.
And remember when Roger Goodell first came in, and remember he came in like Joe Clark, and he was like telling everybody like, look, you're in trouble, you're suspended. And, everybody got upset. Then it got to the point where the league got too lenient, and you start seeing a lot of people, especially the Cincinnati Bengals, them jokers was always in trouble. They were always in trouble. They stayed.
They some gangsters.
And, and they, so everybody got mad. Like, I'm talking about everybody. All races, like, look, y'all need to do something because this is not right.
They was out there, though. They was out there. They was out there. They was beating people up in parties. And
it was crazy. So now the NFL has
zero tolerance.
They came back to the zero tolerance. So now, looking at it from that aspect, Mike, what do they do? I was gonna say, do you blame them? But what do they do? Because as a fan, one minute we're like, look, you doing too much. Then the next minute is like, man, y'all too lenient. Y'all need to do something to these jokers. Right. Now it's back. So where's the gray line? Like, how do you cipher between how we should go about it? How should we just put our foot on the ground, or should we just, let's just relax?
Well, first things first, just because there isn't any police charges or anything like that doesn't mean anything didn't happen, of course. But the NFL has to realize that you can't make everybody happy. Mm-hmm. With every ruling that you make, there's going to be somebody that hates it. There's going to be somebody that loves it. And as soon as the NFL gets that and understands that, then they can actually make an actual ruling and deal with it and be done with it. And that goes with everything with the NFL. You want to go talk about the anthem protest, everything. Mm-hmm. The NFL is worrying about everybody outside instead of just doing what you feel is right, not caving to pressure like they always do.
And that's the shield mentality, man. They always have that shield mentality, whether it's through conduct, or whether it's injuries. It's always about what are the fans saying.
So
well, that's the thing. I feel like that the court of public opinion is, they feel like, oh, let's make that a real thing.
Yep. Right.
Despite what the real law enforcement has done. And I feel like in some cases, even if the actual law enforcement has, like, we're not going to pursue this case any further, we have insufficient evidence, the NFL is like, well, we think we can do a better job than you.
And this is what we're going to do.
So we're gonna pursue this ourselves.
So, and I think that's one of the things with me, right, and how I feel about it, right. If you feel like you have this information on Jameis, right, or what happened, then speak on it. Say what your basis of the 3-game suspension is. So it's a bigger thing. And shout out to LA, right. Jameis has been given chances, right. Like he's done a lot of stuff, but he's been a jerk, right?
Right.
Like, so it's one of them. I think it's one of them things where they tired, right? I'm not saying it's right? But what is you basing this on? Like, did he do it? Like,
right?
Like, what is this 3 games on?
And this is my thing. With going back to what LA said, I understand that. First of all, you're right, because they might be looking at that, but the crab leg situation happened in college,
right?
The incident with old girl happened in college, which was proven that.
He
didn't do it.
Right.
You can't do that.
And it becomes that situation with who was it, Reuben Foster, where
he's going to get suspended more likely too.
But he had another charge other than
different.
that. I think
he
had some weed or something.
But
So
that's different. We're talking about
just overall, like even like she made that up. It came out. She came out and said so. Like it's
what are you basing
like when do you get to the point where like you charges? I think that's where it should get. Like if you do not get in trouble with law enforcement.
But I think that's the tricky part, because like Mike said earlier, you don't know. You have sometimes they pay, to say, hey, we're gonna pay them off, and 9 times out of 10, we're not paying them so that because I did it. it's times where they pay him
so it don't come out on no.
I don't want my name out. That's what that is.
But that's America, though.
Right. That's right. But still, it's tricky because you don't know. So that's where it's like, NFL, where do you stand?
But that's the Shield putting themselves above everything, right? Like that's kind of what they do, right? Like,
that's their MO.
And you. Oh,
call in at 404-603-8770 to give your 3 cents. Again, it's 404-603-8770.
Essentially, what it all comes down to is money, because the NFL looks at if we don't do anything, then maybe we lose money from fans, and it goes back to the court of public opinion as well. The fans essentially are the money and bringing everything to the teams and to the revenue to the NFL. So that's where they kind of make their decisions. Even if somebody is not guilty, of course, the court of public opinion thinks they're guilty, so they're like, oh, we're guilty. We're going to find something, make them guilty, so that way we appease our fans.
It's like they're above the law. Like they're above the law. No matter what happens in courts or anything, you know what? This is what we going to do.
Right.
Like, let's say the whole thing with Reuben Foster minus the drugs, right? It got dropped, and she said she did this. It looks like the way the NFL's been, we still gonna suspend you for 2 games because you put yourself in that situation.
Right.
He is gonna get suspended.
Right.
It's gonna happen.
But this is the thing. Regardless of that, and you're right. It's not right. But going back to LA just on it. He was talking about Zeke's situation and everything, and like they didn't, he said that they were talking on another show that they felt like NFL knows more than that, which is true. But look at what happened to Ray Rice. The NFL knew what was going on with that, and you can't use it for your own good because with Ray Rice, they knew what happened. But they were going to just pat him on the wrist, like, because he's a good guy.
And that's why we are where we are right now. And that's why we are where we are right now.
Right.
Yep.
Because they dropped the ball there.
But I guess that's weird there because they had the evidence, and then, but it was reactive to the public. But in this case, you don't have anything, and the police aren't pursuing it because they don't have anything.
Right. And no, not to get deep into the Ray Rice thing, but what if they had gave him a half a season or the season based on what he did, it would have been warranted. Period. Based on what's been going on lately, come on, man. 6 games for some, and I know LA talking about the Zeke stuff. No, a lot of the stuff he did has been since he's been in the league. Mm-hmm. Whether it was the thing with the pulling the girl
that was
after
his first year, but what he was suspended for was before he played a game.
Yeah, that's right.
And that's bogus. That's trash.
It goes back.
That's trash.
It goes back to Terrell Pryor too. Same thing.
Right.
He got suspended for something he did in college. Some tattoos.
And that was because like the Ohio State okay, we're going to suspend you for 5 games. Like, okay, I'm going to go to the NFL. And the NFL's like, okay, we got you. We're going to suspend him for 5 games.
That's trash. But if a coach, let's say a coach, right? Let's say a coach get banned from the NCAA, right? Guess what he can do?
I'm gonna holler at y'all.
Go to the NFL.
And that's like I said, but it's all about consensus, what the fans think, and what and it's all about the Shield. And the funny thing is, and I hate to I'm gonna bring this up just for this point. Sometimes you would think, you look at it, you would say, okay, the NFL, are they racist? But no, it's just all about what the fans,
I wonder sometimes, do you think do the NFL think the fans are super sensitive to these issues to where we got to do something or the fans are going to cry out and we're going to lose all this money?
They're scared about losing.
Immediately.
I mean, you got to think about it. The owners from the NFL are different from the owners from NBA,
MLB.
We got the good old boys in the NFL, and then they're older.
Yeah. Where they had the teams forever. We're talking about Jerry Jones,
and they're all about money. That's all they're about. It. Like I heard somebody say, they can hear
even our team, the Bears, the Hallises. They didn't have this team forever.
They can hear a $20 bill drop on some carpet. That's how greedy they are. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Facts. So I don't know, man.
And it's not to get back to the the kneeling thing, but it seems like since then, right, everything has been like to appease, to bring the fans. Like, what do y'all like? What's gonna make it?
They scared to lose money. And that's all
it
is, man. But we'll see what happens. Hopefully they could get this thing right. But we're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be right back with our special guest, General Mike Patton.
Yeah.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy Marcus Banks to the Big 3 of the Ghost Ballers. You listening to the Sports Lounge with my main man, Mr. Controversy.
Are you tired of limiting yourself from tasty food because you want to eat healthy? Well, Salad Express will fix that problem for you. Salad Express is a gourmet salad and grill restaurant that gives you multiple options to satisfy your taste buds and keep you healthy. They have over 40 toppings, which are all cut fresh daily, and 7 homemade soups, including chili. You can also order hot sandwiches and wraps, with choices like grilled chicken, steak, salmon, and shrimp, which can all be added to salad as well. Go ahead and visit them today at 1055 Mansell Road, Suite 600 in Roswell, Georgia. Your taste buds will thank you.
Sit back with me, the baseball antagonist. Pull up your favorite chair, grab a drink, and listen as Mr. Controversy helps us relax with his sports knowledge in the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge, right here on the 3-Point Conversion Station.
Yes, we are back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. Mr. Controversy, the intellectual, special guest, and Michael. Not Michael, I call his whole name. Mike Patton. Is it Michael? Was it Michael? Yep.
No.
So,
No,
anyway.
That many years, don't it? When he do
the general. Michael, get in here.
No, it wasn't that, but it was other things. But we ain't going to that.
Right, but anyway, we're back inside at 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. And the Big 3, we have a segment. The Big 3 segment is what we're doing. We represent the Big 3, which is brought to you by Salad Express.
Shout out to Q.
Yeah, shout out to Q. And I want to play... I got a chance to talk to Q for a second. I asked him a question about the Big 3 going into year 2. And just want to play that for a second.
First cube, I wanted to say I thought the first Uncle Drew was Katino Mobley with the gray hair. So, but
They might have to fight for that spot.
Right. So, first question is: when you look at how you now you all on live on Friday nights, big sponsor with Adidas, you're doing it on Facebook, China, different countries. Did you all expect to be here going into year 2, or have you exceeded, what you all thought was going to happen going into year 2?
Without sounding over confident or too cocky, we really expected to be here. We have a great product. We have a great game that's familiar. Anybody play basketball, they recognize the 3-on-3 game. We knew we had star power. And we knew that if we build it right, people want to check it out. And so, we're right on time, right where we want to be. We have a lot of room to grow. We want to grow our fan base. By no means do we think that we've arrived. We still got so much work to do. But we happy where we are. We're happy to be able to present this to the whole world live. Last year we were tape delayed. A lot of people were able to dismiss our game because of that, but not this year. And just incredible. We're doing what we're supposed to do, and we're in the position we're supposed to be in. So we still got to get busy, get to work, because there's more for this league to accomplish.
Yes, that was Ice Cube once again. Man, I want to tell my father passed away. Shout out to Pops. Kind of want to tell him, like, dang, man, I made Doughboy laugh. Like, yo, I'm good. I ain't got to do anything else right now. But anyway, but yeah, man, to what he was saying. So it popped off last night. It started in Houston, and man, was it a great opening night. And just to go over a few things. So with the games, let's see. So Three-Headed Monster, they came out. They beat the Ghost Ballers 50-48. Shout out to Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf. He got to come on this show, man.
Man, we need him. We need the old man.
He told me to come on, man. I'm hoping he's not hitting me with the Hollywood talk, but no, Mahmoud is my dude. But yeah, he hit the game-winning shot. Threes Company, they beat the Killer Threes 51-30. Baron Davis scored 17 points and 9 rebounds.
He was looking good out there,
yeah, bro. He looked good. Power beat Ball Hogs 51-31. Corey Maggette is back, and he had 17 also. Then Tri-State beat Tri-State, they beat the last year's undefeated team, Trilogy, 51-34, with David Hawkins scoring 19 points. But stay on that game. That's Tri-State. They have newcomers like David Hawkins, Nate Robinson, and Amari Stoudemire. Nate stole the show last night.
Amari out there with them dreads looking like
I don't know. But I don't know. But Nate Robinson stole the show last night because Nate came in. So if you all haven't watched last year, Rashad McCants for the Trilogy, he's the guy he's the bully of the court. He's been the bully of the court. You know, he's the one. That whole team is like that with Kenyon Martin, Al Harrington. But Rashad McCants is always talking trash, getting in people's faces, messing with the crowd. This is what he is. But he met his match when Nate Robinson came out there. You know, Nate 5'8", and like G said, you know,
ready to fight. Ready to fight.
G said, if you under 6 feet out there, he own it.
Yeah, right. Every 6 feet, every basketball player under 6 feet, they ready to fight. That's what G said. So
he played football too.
Yeah,
every football player,
right? Every ready to fight.
He owned it.
So
he owned it.
And it was an incident where it was an incident where they got into it. You know, they were early in the game. They were talking mess in each other's face, and then it got to a point where it was a foul. And Rashad McCants held on to, like, Nate was trying to get out, and it was like a little scuffle or whatever. Not like fighting, but he was trying to get off. He pushed him off, whatever. You know, but that's what 3-on-3 is. Mm-hmm. And then after the game, they beat Trilogy, you know, horribly. And so before the game, Rashad McCants came out with a wolf mask. And they didn't like that. He came out with a wolf mask, whatever, saying they the big bad wolf, whatever. Nate didn't like that. And Nate came after the game. He ran directly towards that mask, picked it up, and started to throw it. And I think it should be showing on Facebook Live if it's not already. But I know that
you'll see it shortly. If you're
it's about to come up. Yeah, and McCants went off. He was ready to fight. He was ready. It was funny, but it was like wow. But to me, it just shows this is what it's about to be with the Big Three. You know what I'm saying? This is
it's about
serious.
To go down.
Yeah, and I'm happy for them. Do you all think that now with them being live, the game showing live, then it was a good gesture to show the first game on Facebook. That was tight on Facebook Live.
Yeah.
But now they have a strong sponsor in Adidas. Do you think this could take off now? Like it's taking off, you know. But do you think it could really go further?
Of course. I think, you know, like Cube said, like you said, with this live, with it being right now, what's going on right now, right? I think that's huge, man. Like, I think it's real huge. I sat in the crib last night, watched the games. Man, they good games. And we talking about NBA quality players, like for real. It it's a few people that a little chubby out there because they they haven't played in a few weeks and what's been going on, or a few years, or whatever the case may be. And now we showing the clip of what happened. And Rashad, like, come on, man, like chill out, man. He heated.
Yeah, look at Nate. Nate not backing down.
And he not running either. He's standing his ground. But we also talking about Nate. We know who Nate was and what he be on.
And I think Rashad was in his feelings. I mean,
they lost.
Yeah, they're not used to losing.
And they didn't just lose.
They got blown out.
And Nate was killing them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely think the league is definitely going to continue to take off. I would love to see Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce jump into the league. We'll see what happens there. But
it might, because now I think
they reached out to them. I think they reached out to Pierce and somebody else.
And see, they started to calm down right here. But I think with what they saw last night and the competition, even in the blowouts, it was just better play.
Competition.
Now I'm not gonna lie, and Cube them to tell you himself that the first game last year. You saw what's my guy name that played for Houston Rockets with Tino Mobley? No, the guy that played with him, Moochie Norris. Moochie Norris weighed about 330 pounds. I'm like, how in the world this joker get playing?
But he's about 5'10".
Yeah, so he was like a ball, huh? He was just a ball.
With some,
he looked more like Khalid El-Amin than Moochie Norris, right?
I mean, Artest looked chunky last night.
Yeah,
Artest was out there.
He'll probably get in shape right.
A little chunky.
But it was a difference. You know what I'm saying? From who was that girl from Set It Up? Chloe, what was her name? Cleo. Yeah, Moochie had a Cleo braids and big. It's like, come on, man. And huffing and puffing. But you look at it now, the play was more crisp.
Yeah.
They were fouling. Yeah. It was into it. And this is what, I mean, honestly, if you grew up watching blacktop ball, if you played it,
3-on-3.
This is what I grew up watching.
You got to take the ball out, half court.
And
what I mean?
And the funny thing is, they go at it, and after that, I guarantee you, all of them eating. Because that's what it was when we were on the court. You ready to fight?
They all travel together.
Yeah,
they might play each other again in a couple of weeks.
Right.
So it's just the competition. It's just straight up competition.
Yeah.
I'm better than you, and I'm gonna show you why.
And on this court, we're gonna do this, and after this, we can go get us a double cheeseburger and fries from the restaurant and chop it up.
And that's how it is, man. What I do like is the fact that watching the game, they put you inside the game with the coaches. Now, if you have children, you might want to cover their ears because come on. Yeah. How you gonna have Gary Payton, Rick Mahorn? And they had a lower because Rick Mahorn was going off, but they had
and that's what you can expect.
But it puts you inside the game, you know what I'm saying? And like you said, I would love to see Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce. They're still trying to get Kobe. They're trying their best. I think the only person.
It's hard for me to see Kobe do it.
Yeah, because he's not.
He might go. No, he might go too far.
Right.
Yeah.
To where this isn't fun anymore.
Yeah.
Like Kobe.
Like he might score 50.
Well,
he might get out there and score 50 by himself.
Not even that. He might cuss his teammate out because he ain't passed the ball or do something dumb,
Like, dude, why you take that shot?
Right, but because Kobe wants to win and
at all costs.
Right.
At all costs. But the star power that would draw though? Like Kobe playing in the big, like think about that.
Yeah.
Kobe, KG, Paul Pitt, like, come on, just a few more. And then and what I love about it, right, is that it's the summertime. You know what I mean? It's just a few months. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't have to worry about the rest of your year, and it's a game or two a week. You know what I mean?
And hey, I'll say this, no shame. Then we're gonna cover them anyway because we rock when we cover them, but. Then it fills in the second slot. Like,
yeah.
We're not hurting.
And we can get some of them on here.
And look, there's no shame in rooting for the show.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
And we can get some of them over here. We already want Jax to get on here. We can get Kobe. Like, come on, man. We covering it. Come on, bring some.
Look, because you all, the people that's listening, y'all don't want us covering bowling and talking about
right
the top 5
yeah,
bowlers.
Talking about the PBA.
Right. You know what I'm talking about that.
Talking about water polo.
Right. Tuning us out. Talking about some,
right. But I honestly think, though, like, it can take off. It was great to see them do well last night, especially the first game ending a game winner by Mahmoud, the oldest guy. Mahmoud is 51, bro.
Yeah.
That joke was
Be in that type of
51.
shape
I remember.
And that,
can I be in that type of shape when I'm
right?
that age?
And that's what
for real. And he dropping them off.
And that's what Cube was saying. So in the beginning, we laughed and I talked about Coutinho Mobley because the first thing he said was coming on. He was saying that he thinks Mahmoud is the original Uncle Drew.
He is.
But like I said, when you look at Coutinho Mobley with all that great hair and he balling, who looks more like Uncle Drew?
Yeah, Coutinho is great. He white.
And
He ain't
Coutinho
even
balling.
gray. He white.
Right. All right, y'all. We're gonna take a quick break and we will be right back.
There's a lot going on in the world, and your world is always changing. That's why it's important to stay connected. The latest news, the latest entertainment, the newest music. If it's in the air or on the air, it can be in the palm of your hand, wherever you are, with the iHeartRadio app.
iHeartRadio.
Over 1,500 live radio stations from across the country, and over 15 million songs to create your own custom stations. Text IHR to 45495 to download the app or listen at iHeartRadio.com. Standard text and data rates apply.
Hey, what's going on, sports fans? It's the 2018 Battlegrounds champion, Damian Adams, from The Real Deal with Damian Adams. Now, you can catch my show weekly on the 3-Point Conversion station on Spreaker Radio. But for right now, I'm doing what everybody else should be doing, and that's listening to Mr. Controversy and The Intellectual in the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge.
You're back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge with Mr. Controversy and The Intellectual.
Yes, we are back inside the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. Having a good time inside the studios. Mr. Controversy, The Intellectual, G. Some people call him G Radio.
Yeah.
And my man, Mike Patton, the General, is in the building. Baseball. It's time for baseball. The Atlanta Braves right now they're still leading the National League East. I think it's 3 games. It was 3 games last night, and they lost. Told y'all, man, maybe we might just stop bringing them up in Newsflash, because I promise you, ever since we've done that, they're like 2-8.
There we go. Shout out to let y'all know, if we don't bring y'all up, it's so y'all can win.
Right. Oh, man, you're not lying. But anyway, man, the big talk is, trade deadline is approaching, and everybody want to know if they can get Mike Moustakas.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that will be a huge. I know they're looking for a closer as well.
And that's the biggest hole they have, right, at third base.
Yeah. Do you think it's possible? Can they do it?
I mean,
they have a lot of assets, right?
I think they can, but what do you give up for him? He might be a 1-year rental, right? Like, do you want to? So we got Austin Riley in AAA, right? Mm-hmm. And he lighting it up. He tearing it up, right? So he's the third baseman of the future. So how much do you want to give up for a guy you're probably going to have for the rest of the season, right?
Right.
Because, again, it's looking like they're going to be contending for the postseason.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, that's how it's looking. I know early in the season, we was like, we don't know what may happen, but that's how it's looking, is that they're gonna be contending for the postseason. So you want to go as far as you can, and you know, baseball is one of the sports where if you get on a roll, it don't matter how old a team is. All of that, like if you hitting, you pitching, it can be that year. This can be that year. So you want to go for it, right?
Right.
But how much do you want to mortgage the farm for it? Because he gonna cost.
So that's a good question. Is it worth, as a championship, worth losing assets?
No, I don't.
Because it's not guaranteed. I mean, we know the Braves, they went to like 3 or 4 World Series. I mean, they only won one, but, you know, they kept winning, but they only won one.
Right, but with that being said, right, you don't mortgage your farm because your farm is your future.
Right.
And do you want to give it up to win one championship this year, or do you want to do as certain teams have done, i.e. the Cubs, and they became perennial playoff contenders, perennial pennant winners, perennial World Series players. So you don't want to give it up just for this year because you're just that one player off.
Right.
I would say it depends on where you are. You have, like the Cubs, they started and they grew a lot of their players. But once they got to a certain point, they did trade away some players to get pieces. So I would say that Atlanta may be to that point where they can trade away some pieces to get those pieces they need to take it to the next level. So I would say, yeah, do it.
But like, and definitely agree with what you're saying. But when you're doing it for the position that he is, when you have somebody in AAA that's about to come up possibly next year, that's when it's kind of like, do you do it at that point?
But you also have where you can switch positions a lot. Like with the Cubs, you got Schwarber playing left field. He's never been a left fielder, and he's always been a catcher. So you can always move different pieces and bats to different spots on the field.
But I don't think you can do that with a third baseman. Yeah,
right.
third base, you can't because that's a
second.
Chris Bryant was balling.
Yeah,
I mean they move him around.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Too, so
right, but they had. But I'm saying they had a third baseman to back him up, though. That was. But I'm saying if you don't have a third, that's a valuable
that's
spot.
hot corner.
Yeah,
hot corner.
you
That,
need.
you got to.
And that's why I think
your instincts got to be
right. And I think that's why they're in that position, like where they're like, man, should we, do, you know?
Yeah.
But that could put him over the top.
It could because he killing it.
Right. So look now, let's look into the rest of the league. Philadelphia Phillies. Mr. Odubel Herrera hit a home run in his 5th straight game, right? And then you look at Boston Red Sox, J.D. Martinez hit his 23rd home run of the year, tying him with Mike Trout. The league is looking good. I mean, you got teams that we're used to seeing on top winning, like you see the Braves winning, even with Philadelphia looking good. Like when the last time we saw Philadelphia where they are. And at one point, Philadelphia was a hot team, you know, back in the early 90s, 80s. You got the Cubs, Milwaukee Brewers and came back. Yankees are back on top. Yankees, Boston battling.
Yep.
So with all of that said, is MLB finally coming back? And, okay, MLB fans, I know you're like, what? We never know.
Right, and that's kind of where I'm at.
Yeah,
you know, because
like,
I can sit down and watch a 9-inning game, so I'm like, I didn't know it left.
Right, but for most fans, you know, it's general fan is we don't watch baseball anymore as a fan. But I'm saying now with everything going on, and I ask you, Mike, because you probably that fan, like, you know, you watch, you know baseball, but back in the day when we were kids, you were a fan. Is it giving you that excitement again?
I can say it's not. Simple reason. I went to school for, I don't know if y'all know, I have a marketing degree. So I look at Major League Baseball, and their marketing is not very good.
Mm.
They don't market to different areas, different parts of the country. They don't do that very well.
Why do you think they don't? Like what?
Just like the NFL, they got old people in charge. And you've got to inject some youth in there to go into different markets.
And to speak with that, as you look at the NBA, whether it's the new jerseys, right? Like the jerseys you can buy, they are connected.
Right.
Like it's something in the jersey that's connected to the internet that's doing this. Like, yeah, the NBA, the MLB, the NFL and MLB, they really aren't doing that type of
and like
thing.
And like I said, now, so because of that, and you're right, and I don't think it's there yet. I think if they do some better marketing, it can. Because right now, they have this marketing idea where, like I stated before, the fans are dressing up as empty seats. And I don't think that's working.
Stupid.
I don't think that's working.
Yeah.
It's not working right now. Yeah. So we need to find ways.
And with that, right, like the best player in the league, right, if he walked past 100 people, 99 people wouldn't know him.
Yeah.
Right.
I told you, I don't know what Mike Trout looks like.
See?
I wouldn't know what he looks like.
And he's on pace for possibly the best season in baseball.
Yeah.
Ever.
So
I saw him at the Super Bowl, and I didn't even recognize who he was.
And that's not good. And that's not good. So,
like, I know what he looks like, right? But he could walk past me, and I'll probably wouldn't even think about it. Like, I know what he looks like, right?
That's not good.
But he can still walk past me, but when it was like, I met Pedro and David Ortiz before, right? I knew who they were when they walked in,
right,
what it was. Even, and it's crazy, right? Even Kevin Millar, right? I was working at a place and he came in, but I knew who he was when I looked at him. It wasn't hard, but it was. We talking about 10, 15 years ago. So I'm kind of showing my age a little bit,
right?
But.
Yeah. So I'm glad you're finally saying you're old. But look,
I didn't say I was.
But
old.
I feel you because I'm not gonna lie. The first time I covered a Braves game, or the first time I was invited to the clubhouse, I remember being, I was in the clubhouse, everybody was walking in. Bro, it was a lot of people I didn't know who. I'm like, I don't know, is this Joker a reporter? But I didn't know. I mean, it was, some of the relievers and people like that, but I didn't know. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, man, they got to find a better way. I don't know what they can do. Like you said, maybe them old people they have to.
They got to bridge the gap.
Bridge the gap. Because certain teams, you see, like Philly, they look like they're more, Philly, the Cubs, or whatever.
Right, but like everything, like you said with the Cubs, right? With Chris Bryant being an Uber, like that kind of. It can't, but the whole league needs to do it.
Yeah, and it's not. Right. And until they do, it's going to.
It's going to be the third sport. It's going to be the third sport.
Yep.
And making its way towards the fourth.
Yeah, because MLS is moving up quickly.
All right, so we're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back.
Have you been looking for a radio station that gives you sports?
I don't believe it! It's a touchdown!
Entertainment?
Are you not entertained?
And other special interest talk shows?
Well, isn't that special?
All on one app?
Yo, that's dope. What app is that?
It's the real 1100 AM app for WWE. Grab it for free in your Google Play or Apple App Store today.
Hey, this is Brittany Griner from the Phoenix Mercury, and you listen to the 3-Point Conversion.
Yes, you all know what this means. Music means it's time to go. But before you go, I want to give a couple of shout-outs, and you might be one of them. First of all, I want to give a major shout-out to Almighty God, my homie. Man, I appreciate everything he's done for me. Times where I hadn't been that best person or even gave him, the attention, but he's still been blessing me. He gave me this opportunity to speak my mind, this platform, speak my mind, talk my junk, make you all happy, upset, mad, want to give me the stop it button. Stop it. I knew it was coming. But
you got to get one in.
Right, but I just thank God for that. And also I want to thank our sponsors. Salad Express, Cindy Cuts Barbershop, and Sucker Free Life LLC. Also, I want to thank my engineer, G. Appreciate you, man. I want to thank our special guest, Mike Patton, the General from Sports Awakening. Appreciate you for coming on, sir. Definitely. And got a shout out to my to the lovely Crystal Dayon. Appreciate you for doing what you do. My co-host, The Intellectual.
Yes. Of course, I always thank God for bringing this situation along. Everything that we're doing, we're just around here trying to be great and bring y'all the best sports news that we can do. But not only sports news, news that's going on in society and everything. Definitely shout out to my co-host, Mr. Controversy. Out here again trying to be great. See what we've been doing all week, whether it was covering the Hawks at the draft, whatever we're doing, the BIG3. The BIG3 finna be big this summer, and we doing that all summer. So we doing big things, and it's continue to grow. Shout out to definitely G, kill it every week we up in here. Appreciate you, Mike, for coming and being a part of what we do. Definitely appreciate you for being here. Crystal, thank you for always coming in and bringing the news. Friends, family, everybody that's listening. And I'm always do this until, I don't remember whatever the case may be. Shout out to my cousin, Sean, and the little young homies at Safety Net Facility in Mentor, Alabama. We know that a lot of people have given up on y'all. We're not giving up on y'all. You're always going to have family here at the 3-point conversion. And just appreciate for everybody listening, man.
Yeah, definitely. I thought the Joker won an award. But I want to thank my family and friends, beautiful wife, beautiful children. Thank y'all for y'all support, family, cousins, friends, play cousins. Appreciate the support. And, hey, man, y'all have a great weekend. Be safe out there. It's hot. Fellas, be safe. It's hot. You know what that means? Stay out there.
Be safe.
So be safe. I'm not talking about the cops.
Be safe.
Also, man, make sure y'all eat good, love family, let family know you love them. And until then, same time, same show, same crazy host, same sports nonsense.
I'm about to eat good.
Until then, will you miss me? I'm out. Peace. You just got done listening to the 3-Point Conversion Sports Lounge. Be sure to follow us on our Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook accounts at the 3-Point Conversion. And also make sure you check out our website, the3pointconversion.com. Be sure to follow us live and listen every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern.